around us. Hello, friends, and all of our really good friends. We thank you so much. Welcome to another week of PLOPP Life. People love other people's problems. Yay! Please make sure that you're going on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all those good, nice social media places, and you are liking and subscribing and following. We really, 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 really appreciate it. We're so thankful and honored that you'd like to come sit and plop on the green sofa with us today. I am Deshon Gray. I am your hostess for the evening, and I'm sitting here with our friend. Tell the friend your name.
Hi, I'm JORESA.
Yes. Miss JORESA said she done made it to the sofa, honey.
I made it to the sofa. I'm very excited.
Yes, you are. Sacha will not be here with us tonight. She's just not coming. So we will hope to see her next week, hopefully. Tonight our show is about transitioning.
Yes.
So funny. But tonight our show is about transitioning. We're going to be talking about life transitions and all those good things.
Yes. You know, it's so funny because that has been a word that has been resonating with me.
Really?
So when you said like that was going to be the topic, I was like, how funny is that? That has been my word for September and October, and now I'm in November. Yes, it's still very, very present.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Life is all that. And I'm glad when you said that. And it's like every week we have a topic. All of our friends who have been sitting on the sofas with us, know that every week we have a topic. And every time we have a topic, all the people who come in are new friends, our co-hosts. You're not guests. You're just all sitting on the sofas friends.
Yeah.
They're always like, oh, my God, that's right on time for me. So you know what? We're going to let the Holy Spirit keep doing what it do.
I know.
Isn't it amazing? And yeah, isn't it amazing? I love it. We are sitting here another week also too with Mr. A Plus. Hi, Mr. A Plus. How you doing?
Oh man, you know I'm blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the show.
You are?
Absolutely, always.
Good.
Every week.
That's A Plus right there from the Takeover every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, it's
on the Accelerated Radio Network. Please catch that.
That's right.
Something you want to see.
And I want to co-sign what you said. It seems like every week, depending on whatever topic it is, it just seems to be like right on time, right on point. You know what I'm saying? So, I testified like a couple months ago, like how a couple shows, like, it just hit me. So, it's a good thing.
That's real good. That means something's being done right.
Absolutely.
Yes. But friends, we are so grateful that you are here with us. If you want to see us if you want to hear us, you can please go to iTunes. You can go to Spreaker. You can go to Spotify. You can go to Google Play. You can go to iHeartRadio app. You can go to the Accelerated Radio Network.net. You can go to all these different platforms, and you can hear us.
So there's no excuse.
There's no excuse. If you want to hear and see us, you can do that by going to all those different outlets. Also, you can go to PLOPP Life, that's PLOPPLIFE, on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, because we are up on all of them.
Amen. You
can go to my Facebook, Deshon, Deshon, Gray, Gray, or my Instagram. We're live on there too. Or if you want to talk to us, we'd love to hear from you. Our phone number tonight, read that number over there and tell them what the number is tonight. They know the number sometimes.
Tonight is, they just want to hear my voice.
They just want to hear your wonderful voice.
It's 310-910-9676, extension 1. I just said that very New York style. We do individual numbers. So
yes,
the number
I love it.
is 310-910-9676, extension 1.
Yes, please call us. We want to talk to y'all, okay? Call us if you need someone to talk. You want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Oh gosh, do I want to do any shout outs?
Yes. I mean, you're not required to. I just want to, some people like being shouted out. Because we're like, it's internet radio, so we are like
do
everywhere.
I have any? I'm like, hey friends, y'all know me. I'll text y'all tonight. Shout out to the homies.
Yes, I want to shout out. I want to give a shout. I want to give a shout out to all the people that just keep it real.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to all the people that just love and accept you for who you are, and you can do the same for them.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to all the people that just do what they say they're gonna do.
Oh, I like that.
I want to give a shout out to all the people who are consistent.
Ooh, consistent.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of people.
That's not a lot of people.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
You said it.
Not a lot of people.
Also, later on in the show, friends who are always on the couch with us, and whether you are a friend who is just sitting on the couch for the first time, if you've been on the couch for the 15th time, or for the 38th time, this is our 38th show.
Oh, I love that.
You like that?
Happy 38. I'm 38.
Thank you. You
I
are?
like
Come on, you came 38 and you 38.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not 38 no more, though. I used to be 38.
It's okay.
I know, it's right.
You're in the golden stage.
Yes, I love it.
I look forward to it, actually.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay, come on to the 40s.
Because I'm so ready to, like, I'm already there where it's like, I just speak my mind. But I think when you hit 40 and above, you just get real ratchet.
You know what you do, and it's a time where you just start saying, you know what, let me clean up some stuff, and then you also you start cleaning because those are the times. These are the times you kind of like feel the effects of your 20s. What you did, because in the 20s you kind of don't give a fuck. So I think like when you get to 30s, you start being like, okay, you kind of wean yourself out of that, and when you get to your 40s, you're like, let me clean some of this shit up. But you also are so busy doing that you don't got time for the bullshit.
You sure don't.
You just be like, you know what? Okay, my favorite line. Okay.
I think you've been saying that for a long time.
I know, huh? People know I've been knowing JORESA for a long time. I started doing her hair, and we just became like fast friends. I've been there for a long time. Oh, okay.
I think you've been, that's been your favorite for a long time.
Yeah, I ain't got time to be. I want to be wrinkle free.
Right.
If
I don't want to argue with you.
Yes,
I don't want to argue with you. You'll find out.
I don't.
You'll find out.
Thank you. I'm so glad that we're on the same page tonight.
I like it.
You like that?
Yeah. It reminds me of my nephew recently. So he's trying to get his ticket to North Carolina, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
And
North
I'm
Kakalaka.
like, he's still young and he's still trying to, and I'm like, have you got your ticket? Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm flying into Charlotte. Charlotte is way far from where we live. I'm flying into Raleigh. And I said, well, who's picking you up?
Right. Who's doing that?
And he was like, well, it's cheaper and I don't want to like take the flight to Raleigh. And I said, okay.
Right.
Because he'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. How old is he?
21.
Oh, he's figured it out.
Yeah. I'm like, when you get to Charlotte and you realize ain't nobody picking you up.
He'll understand.
He'll understand.
And if he don't understand, he'll get some understanding.
Yeah, you just gotta let people do what they
do.
You got to, because you gotta let them learn.
Feel what you need to feel. Do what you need to do. Be what you need to be. And hey, because some things may not make absolutely any sense to anybody else but you. And God bless you in that. But if you are just a friend coming on and you have been here for quite some time, or whenever you listen to the show and watch the show, we have a portion of the show we call Flip and Rotate.
Oh, Lord.
And so that is when we hey, thank you, Bridging the Gap. How you doing, Bridging the Gap? They're on the show that comes on before us.
Oh, nice. I don't know how to feel about this flip and rotate.
You don't? Well, flip and rotate is just the term we use because we're on a big green sofa. Does the sofa feel comfortable?
Yes.
It does? Okay, great. So sometimes you have to flip and rotate your sofa cushions.
I see.
You have to flip them up so that you can see things you may have lost, some things that you didn't know you were looking for, some things that are just like treasures, and then you flip the cushions back over, you fluff them up, and you have a new sofa again. So that's what we call our flip and rotate portion. So in that particular portion, we'll be talking about Rodney Reed. Right. We'll be talking about Ray.
How did I get stuck with this one?
Okay. We'll be talking about Mr. Ray Jefferson Cromartie. We'll be talking about Deputy Manuel Van Santin. Okay. We'll be talking about Khalil Wheeler Weaver.
Okay.
And also some of these like just mass shootings that are just getting out of freaking hand. Have you heard about any of those things besides
the mass shootings, of course? Khalil. Oh, remind me of that. I know.
We'll talk about that. I just didn't know if you might have been familiar with it. But we will familiarize all of our friends with it, and then we'll just go and chat about it.
Okay.
But that's what we'll do in that particular section. We do also want to give a shout out and give love to Hi Samantha. We want to give our love and our shout out to Cheesecake de Granger. They are a big supporter of the PLOPP Life podcast, and we want to make sure that all of the friends, whether you're here locally, and they are an online bakery that does cheesecake cupcakes, brownies, cheesecake pops, and things of that nature, and also parfaits. They're very delicious and delectable, honey. You can go to www.cheesecakedegranger.com and you can place an order. They have over 65 flavors. And right now during the holiday season, they will be doing eggnog. They will be doing, yes, girl, it's good. They'll be doing sweet potato and also pumpkin spice.
Y'all better get those orders in.
Yeah, get them orders in. They do deliver too. They deliver, so you can call in, and you can also go online and request it. It's good. They're so delicious. Oh. That's Sacha's company. Also, we will be right now. Let's do a random event. You have a random event, A+? A random event. You'll see when he does it. But a random event, friends, it's something you just want to just chit chat about. Something you want to just say, something that may be bothering you, something that you just may not be bothering you. It may be loving. It may be advice. It could be a pet peeve, anything like that. Just something random. You'll see A+ do it, and you'll get the hang of it.
My random event is
what's your random event, A+?
I just appreciate revelation. I appreciate clarity. You know, that's something that I ask for on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like, you know, life is a mystery or whatnot. You know what I mean? But just even in communication with friendship, relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever type of relationship you have. Right. You know what I mean? Just having clarity, and you know, when you speak with each other, it's good to speak in truth, even if the truth hurts. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate, once again, clarity and revelation, because when you have that, you know, you could actually make a better option as far as, you know, next steps or whatnot. So that's my random event.
You're absolutely right. The Bible says, in all thy getting, get understanding. Ain't that right, Bridget the Gap? In all thy getting, get understanding.
Get understanding.
You can attain everything in the whole wide world. Won't mean nothing if you don't have no understanding of what you have, what you may be losing out on, what you may be dealing with. You have to get understanding.
Facts.
You have a random bit, darling?
Gosh, that was so good.
Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good?
Because now I want to piggyback. Because I was going to go negative. I could do both.
You can go negative, because, I mean, mine may not be perceived.
But random vent, I'm going to piggyback off of that. So lately I have been binging on the Crazy Faith series taught by Pastor Todd at Transformation Church. And it has literally really like changed.
Transformation Church, that church you go to?
I do not. No. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I watch him online every now and again. But I fell upon this series. It's like I think he's at like 14 weeks now with this, and it's been quite amazing. And so what I am relearning and reminding myself of is about crazy faith. I think a lot of times we get so safe and we get so scared. And so the other day I had to go back in my journal and I had to look at all the things that I asked God for this year. Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Ever since I was, I think 16, that's when I got my first journal. And I went back and I was like, man, you ever done that where you're like, I asked for this and he literally gave it to me. Like exactly what I asked for. And so it was a reminder to me that, girl, you gotta really like step out and not be afraid and not be safe. And like, so for anybody who may be going through that transition, because I know we about to do the new year, new me, all that kind of stuff. All that good stuff, all those good things. But like, do it for real, y'all. Like really step out.
Do it, apply it, and live on it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Write it down, make it plain, and see what God do. So.
Wow. Y'all, now I'm trying to figure out, do I need to say my random bit?
Right.
Because y'all went on a whole other route with, I'm like, damn, do I need to say my random bit? Hi, Sharon. Hi, Velvet. How y'all doing? They listening, they watching. Hi. Anyway, my random bit comes from, this is what it is. The loudest boos in your life are going to come from the cheapest seats.
Very true.
The people who invest the least in you are going to have the most to say about you. Stay on your job. Keep track of your work. Trust your work. And keep your circle tight. Even if it's a period. Because a period is still a circle.
That is so good.
You like that?
Even if it's a period, I love it. That's so true, y'all. The older I have gotten, the tighter my circle has gotten. Yeah. You really, really can't afford to like have anybody in your circle.
No.
You just can't.
I mean, you have to be mindful of what energies. I was looking at this post online too. It was a post somebody posted. It was a video Oprah was talking. You have to be responsible and you have to be mindful for the energies you allow in your space and for the energies you give off into other people's spaces. But mostly you have to be mindful, and you have to be cognizant of the energies that you allow into your area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes those energies they come looking like smiles, like, hey, and I do so and so, but they bear false hope, they bear false witness, and they have no intention on doing you. One of my aunts told me, God bless her, God bless the dead, and wherever she is, everybody who wish you well don't mean you well.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not.
And then my mama came behind her and told me, don't put nothing past nobody. Not even me. And I say that to you, friends who have ever been sitting on here. I've seen that to you. A lot of y'all have heard me say a lot of things. A lot of people have said to me in my life, and I keep hold to all of them. But especially when my mama told me that, don't put nothing past nobody. So that's who we are with that. And anyway, hi John Eric St. James, how you doing, boo? Thank you so. Hi Tamika, we're sitting out everybody. Sharon said, "Come on now."
Right.
That's right. But listen, friends, if you have any random events or any shout outs y'all want to give, please you can go to any one of our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We'll read them. You can also call in and vent to us if you like. 310-910-9676, extension 1. The call is free. Don't cost you nothing. Even if you out of I almost out of the country. But if you're out of the country, go to WhatsApp.
Right, call us.
It don't cost you nothing, but
That's
it's about
true.
3-4 minutes of conversation.
That's true.
But anyway, again, tonight our show is going to be titled Transition. We're going to be talking about transitioning in life, where everyone's full of transitions. All of life is full of transitioning. So we will be talking about that. But in the news, we have a couple of items we want to discuss that are going on right now in the news. And one of those things is Burger. You heard about Burger King? Burger King is being sued.
Oh, about a vegan law.
Yes, honey. Yes.
Because they were supposed to be selling the Impossible Burger, right?
Right.
They didn't lie?
Well, no, they ain't lying. A gentleman by the name of Philip Williams has filed a class action lawsuit against Burger King because he says that the vegan burgers are cooked on the same grill as the beef burgers.
Yeah, he's going to win. He's absolutely going to win.
But wait a minute. And they said that
they know they can't have
Burger King. He says Burger King is benefiting financially for the quote unquote meat-free option with the Impossible Whopper, right? There's supposed to be 100% Whopper, 0% beef. Okay. But
listen,
he had visited. Go ahead. He visited a Burger King in Atlanta, and he says when he was in the drive-thru, there was no signage saying that the vegan or the Impossible Whopper is cooked on the same grill as the beef burger. Burger King has not responded to the allegations at all, and there have been numerous vegans online posting complaints about this. So he's suing for damages that he said he suffered monetary damages of buying the burger, and he also wants them to cook it on a different grill. What are your thoughts, friends? What are your thoughts? Sharon said she transitioned here from the UK to the USA. That's right, you sure did. She just being class with me. But yeah, what do you think about that? Any thoughts about this?
He's gonna win.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. He is.
Why do you think he's gonna win?
Well, I'm assuming that it is a law that you have to say that you're cooking the meat on the same grill.
Is it a law that says that?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
I don't think it's a law either.
Are you sure?
I don't think it's a law.
There's no law.
I don't think there's a law.
There's a way around it, right? You know, it's false advertisement. You know, when you sell a vegan burger, you do assume, even though this is Burger King, people. I mean, come on. Y'all know them folks back there. I ain't going to put that on no different grill.
Right.
But when you sell it, people will assume that it's vegan. You cannot cook a vegan. That's just like someone who doesn't eat pork. You know what I mean? You can't cook their fish on the same grill that you just had a pork chop. You cannot do it.
Right.
So I think he's probably gonna win.
Well, you know what? Those are very good points. However, I beg to differ. I don't think he's gonna win. First of all, you know what? We have to use our common sense. Burger King is a fucking burger place. It's a beef burger place.
Yeah.
And Burger King, I've not at all seen them advertise it as a vegan burger. It says it's an Impossible Burger. It's a plant option burger. It's not vegan because it can't be vegan because of that bread and that cheese.
That's true.
It can't be vegan.
That's very true.
The man says he was upset because he said he doesn't eat anything, any animal byproducts. Sir, if you eating that cheese, you eating the animal byproduct.
The defense shall rest.
How do you think that the cheese is made?
That's very
Milk.
true.
Milk comes from what? Cows. That is an animal byproduct. How the fuck do you think that you're gonna go to a burger place?
That's true.
And say they said they got a meatless option. They didn't say nothing about being vegan.
Right.
I don't remember that.
He might get.
Did you get the fries, sir? Did you get the drink? I mean, what the fuck?
And you know what? I used to work at a burger joint. You know what I'm saying? At the
Right.
airport. I'm not gonna put them out there or whatnot, but we kind of cooked everything
Together.
On the same grill, of
on the same
course.
grill. So we cooked our burger patties, we cooked the turkey
Right,
patties, we cooked the
right,
chicken quesadillas. I
right.
mean, I understand maybe the sanitary stuff and whatnot, but
definitely
that's just what it was.
That's
We
just
had
what-
that only grill to cook, and there was so many people coming in. So
I mean, you're going to encounter, no matter what your business is when you're dealing with food,
Yep.
you're going to encounter or have a possibility of encountering cross-contamination. It happens. You're not supposed to. It's a fast food joint. They got about 30 seconds to get that shit from the grill to the window.
That's true. Doesn't mean he's not gonna win some money.
No, I mean you're suing for damages for buying the possible burger option. Even if you got it large, is no more than $10. You want $10 for them, sir? And they're like, Burger King is not responding to allegations. But sometimes, do you need to respond to everybody who puts allegations against you?
Yes.
You do. I don't respond to everybody who has allegations against me.
This is
For
Burger
what?
King. They have to.
They don't give a I mean,
They
I don't know
have
if they've
to.
said anything because they just don't really care. They want to see how far it's going to go. I don't know what it is. But you're suing because you want them to change the way they cook the meat and you want them to give you, your $10 back? I mean, like, really?
Because here's the thing.
They're going to be like, sir, come in here and get $20
Here's the
and then
thing.
go about your day.
He might not be a real vegan,
Uh-huh.
but there are some real vegans out there who are probably like, "Oh my God, I can't believe Burger King is doing this." And
But you know what? People kind of kill me with that shit. And I don't travel to Shirley House. When people be shady, be sitting because we don't do shade here. We send them to Shirley House. And I'm not
who
really
is
being,
Shirley?
Right. Well, I'm not being messy. However, I'm gonna say this, like, if you're 100% vegan, you're not gonna be at fucking Burger King anyway.
thank you. You speaking for me, Deshon.
You're not gonna be at Burger King.
Guys,
you go to
it's
Sage.
a quick
you go to
option.
Crossroads.
It's
you
a
go to
quick
different places
option.
like that.
It's a quick
Yeah.
option when you're like, you're not near Sage, you're not near, I don't know, Whole
Or if
Foods.
they're closed, you're
or
right.
whatever. You know, it's like, I'm hungry. I would like to have a burger, and I would like for it to be vegan.
But you also have the option to cooking your own food at home.
Yeah, and they have salads.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay, my girlfriend right here said, I work at Burger King and it's not cooked on the same grill. He won't win.
well, it might have been at this particular Burger King.
She said it's not cooked on the same grill. She said Sharon said they're relying on tort law. What's tort law, girl? And there is dairy-free cheese. There is dairy-free cheese, but they don't use dairy-free cheese at Burger King.
They don't.
I use dairy. I mean, I know their diet has dairy-free cheese. It's good, too.
I think it depends on how loud this gets, and if
Uh-huh.
it starts to get loud, he's gonna get something.
Well, you know what? On that part of it, I agree with you because people are big corporations like that. They're willing to shut you the fuck up because they said that this has been Burger King's best quarter since they put
Really?
they said they're making money.
Well, because Burger King kind of got silent a little bit.
they
right?
did.
You know, they haven't had anything, come out.
Pop off like that.
Yeah,
Well,
because I still
Go
mad
ahead.
at them about the whole. What was it, Mary J. Blige when she did that chicken?
you know what? And I still just did the wrong with it. She just said the word. Black people can't say chicken. We can't say chicken.
No, I wasn't mad.
We eat chicken.
I wasn't
We over here
mad.
killing motherfuckers for chicken and Popeyes. We can't say chicken.
For real.
Black people, what I always say, plus people kill me with the shit they take up issue with.
I know black people are so complicated. It's so hard to make us happy. It really is.
They don't like the lady rep in the commercial, in the Popeyes
And if I'm
commercial.
like,
They
yeah,
don't like
I
her.
They're
know.
like, she ain't from New Orleans, and she actually one of my clients.
See, I don't like that because you know what? People be messing up people's money. You know what I'm saying? That's that woman's money. That woman is probably living a very good life off of those
But I
Popeyes
mean,
commercials.
But when you turn on the television and you're looking at a Mercedes-Benz commercial, you think that that's the person's Mercedes that's driving it?
Basically, people,
Like, come on now.
social media.
You think that the little Cheerios commercial where they trying to do this interracial, like with the father white and the mama black and the I worked in doing hair and commercials.
Right.
They don't even know each other. You need to be a real family.
Exactly.
Like, come on now.
Exactly.
But anyway, you know what? I don't know what's hot in the city right now because Sharon said the same thing. She said, I believe they'll pay him off.
I think they're gonna pay
You
him
might
off.
be right, girl. You might be right. You know what? I don't know if it's something in the water or something in the air because everybody's suing everybody right now. Monique is suing Netflix.
Oh, I saw that.
Monique is suing Netflix. She's suing them for race and gender discrimination. She filed a lawsuit at LA Superior Court here last Thursday because she says Netflix offered her $500,000 for a stand-up comedy show when they've offered tens of millions of dollars to Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Ellen DeGeneres, Amy Schumer, and all those different things like that. She said they lowballed her, and she ended their lowballing act by blacklisting her. Netflix takes the accusations very seriously, and they feel that the opening offer was fair and that they're going to fight. Thoughts?
I think it's fair. I support Monique. I think it's fair for her to sue.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, listen. We can say that, she hadn't done anything in a while. She was problematic with this movie. She was this and that. But we can't really deny that there is, like, a gap when it comes to pay in Hollywood and everywhere.
Now I've seen specials that she's done, like the one when she went to the prison. She has Netflix comedy specials on. I don't know if they're there no more, but she did have some. She worked with them before, so she said that she felt lowballed. I'd like to know, first off, what they offered her before to make her feel like they were lowballed. Did she feel like she was lowballed based on what she was offered before, or did she feel lowballed based on what everyone else is getting now? Because she's not made mention to that, because that would be different. If she said, you know what, before, because if you like this, if she said, well, before y'all paid me $350,000, now y'all only offer me $500,000. I did A, B, and C. That's one thing. But if you're trying to say, like you just said, taking food out of somebody else's mouth, if you just said, oh, well, you offered him this and him that ain't your fucking business. And they offer them that. People feel like they only want to offer you what they feel like you're worth. But above all that. Go play in another fucking sandbox. If you don't like what they're serving, don't eat it. You're going to sue them? That's a private corporation, a private entity. They don't have to offer you nothing. Because half of nothing is nothing. That's what you got.
That's true.
Because, and I was also listening to a podcast. One of my good girlfriends who was on there, was one of the girls I know. I hung out with her a couple times. She's real cool. Flame Monroe. She's a transgendered comedian that she does on this thing she does comedy on the special that Tiffany Haddish has on there on Netflix now, called They Ready, and it's her. It's another woman, black. It's all women. So there's a lesbian woman.
I've seen it.
There's her as a trans woman. Tiffany's the black woman. There's a black woman who's married to a white man. There's the Latino woman. Netflix has covered all bases. They made your argument look stupid.
But we
you got When They See Us. You got all different things on there on Netflix. So gender and race discrimination. I mean, that's far-fetched.
But she doesn't know what they're getting paid.
She doesn't need to know. When I go to work with you in the same company, do I need to know what you get paid? Don't companies tell you not to discuss salary?
Actually, I think that's wrong though. I think more people need to talk about compensation because come on, in corporate America, white males are making so much money.
That's true.
And yes, there needs to be more. I am proud of Monique, even though I think it makes people uncomfortable that she's doing all of this. But I think that absolutely, people just want her to be quiet, and people just like, Monique, just be quiet. It's like, it's Netflix. So freaking what?
Okay.
If Dave Chappelle can come back from the dead and make more money than her, then why can't she have the argument of, you are not paying me what I'm worth? She feels like she's worth.
But you're also putting yourself up against people who are bringing in numbers.
Who's to say that she would not bring in numbers?
Because like I said, based on her track record and past with them. They've had specials with her. They felt like that was fair. They felt like maybe we didn't get our money's worth from you before, and this is what we're willing to offer you now. You didn't like that. You could have walked away with it and said, fine, no worries, no problems. But if you have a private business, and I go into your business and I say, hey, we've done A, B, and C in the past. Can we do this? And you say, you know what? Listen, I'm still willing to work with you. However, it was not lucrative before, so maybe I'm going to offer you this right here. And then I say, I don't like it, so I'm going to sue you. How would that make you feel? Think about it on that particular instance.
What do you mean, as a business owner?
Yes.
I mean, I would think that the person was crazy.
Right. And I don't think her being blacklisted had anything to do with Netflix. I don't. And I think that's an opinion. I don't know if there's, I don't know. I can't say. I would not, I don't think it's a far-fetched opinion, but I think a lot of that had to do was her own doing. That was her own doing. And people have been telling her this and trying to coax her into understanding what they mean by not playing the game.
I just feel like I need more information. What are people saying?
John Eric St. James says, Monique's problem is that she's not marketable anymore. She's older now. She's very overweight. Her comedy is
overweight. So first of all, you don't follow her at all. She has lost so much weight. And second of all, some of the funniest black women in our history have been overweight.
Thank you.
So
John Erickson, you be saying some stuff, but as far as about her comedy being so, like we're not gonna do her weight right now because that's that Shirley House, John Eric. You know better than that because you here every week.
She is
and
funny.
And what I will agree with him with that, if you're not marketable, your career's kind of shot. If they can't market you, that means.
Come on, wait. Let's take a step back.
Because it's called.
You really think that Monique is not marketable? She's on a tour right now.
She's on a tour. She's on a chilling circuit.
Okay, so those people spend money.
Well, this is the thing. Okay. Case in point. How about this? How about you say, you know what? You don't think I'm working $500,000? You don't think I'm working $500,000? Fine. Let me go on this tour, build my numbers, and then come back and say, look, now what can you do?
She could have done that. She could have done.
Because you're doing that anyway. Erica says weight should not matter, sir. That's right. Erica said, pause, sir. Come on, John. Erica said, you know better than that. You know we don't do that here. You know, we don't do that here, sir. Don't do that. But yeah, there's different ways you can go around it. You're suing them, so that means that your actions like those are why people are not necessarily blacklisting you. They don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
You are problematic. You are a liability.
Like Colin Kaepernick.
And when you are in business.
Like Colin Kaepernick.
Absolutely.
Ooh, Colin. But when you are in business and when you're a smart individual, period, you weigh your liabilities and your assets.
So tell me, what is the better way? Is the better way to be quiet? Because I think...
No, I don't think it's to be quiet because now it's too fucking late.
No. But like in general, for people who want to fight, for people who want to have a voice, for people who want to say, I know that Billy Ray Jones is making $40,000 more than me, and we're doing the same job. Remember when Oprah told that story?
I got the solution.
But Oprah was also doing the same. You're not doing compatible work as the people. You're not doing the same work. You're not doing the same, pulling the same shows as Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy.
Dave Chappelle wasn't doing any shows.
Is she comparing herself to those?
Yes, and Ellen DeGeneres. You don't got that following. Let me tell you something. In business right now, we are living in an age in business right now where people are giving people jobs based on their following.
That's true.
And that's what we are right now. And if they feel like and the Netflix is it's a streaming
digital
service.
Yeah.
So it's not like a cable network where they depend on advertisers. If they feel like they're not going to make their money back from you by new subscribers, then they're not going to give you that. Let me see. Sharon says if they could, she agrees with you. She says if they couldn't market her, why do a show with her? Sorry, I would love to know who negotiated her contract. Monique has lost weight and looks amazing.
She really does.
She does. And Erica says no, but the problem is they want to control her mouth. They can't stand her mouth and not having a filter. I don't think like that because if you've seen Dave Chappelle shit.
I know, Dave. I mean, all of those people have mouths.
Totally unfiltered.
Oh gosh.
Eddie Murphy totally unfiltered.
Yeah.
But
it is different when you are a black woman.
It is. It is. Because Wanda Sykes did say they tried to fuck with her like that. And Wanda Sykes says, you know what? No thanks. Because she had Netflix. She had Netflix shows, comedy specials on there too. I saw those, funny as hell. But she said they tried it with me, and I said no, ma'am. And she walked and went about her business.
And I think
and
that's
she
why
took her business to. And she told Monique, I went elsewhere, and she went to HBO, got a sickening deal, got a sickening special, and went about her life.
Well, then
Two
Monique,
of them,
hello,
and producing background and writing for people. If I can't play here, I'll
go
take
somewhere
my
else. Yeah,
elsewhere.
Monique,
Because
go to HBO.
You're gonna want me, right?
Go to HBO, Monique.
But people like that gonna be like, no, thank you, because all this foolish you're making.
I think she needs to do her own thing.
Right.
Kind of like Issa Rae, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, everything was YouTube.
YouTube.
I mean, this is the
She's doing YouTube right now with her and her husband, Sydney or Daddy, whatever she call him.
There you go.
And all they're doing is complaining about people, though.
Yeah, that's probably a bad look.
You're not. I mean, you're. God bless you. Also in the news, PETA is suing Santa or is wanting to shut down Santa Anita.
Who's PETA?
PETA, people for the ethical treatment of animals.
Sorry, I'm like, who is that? What show is that? Is that Love and Hip Hop? I'm like, who?
I know. PETA has now come against Santa Anita. Now, we have been talking about this for the longest because Santa Anita has been having several horse deaths, which has gotten out of hand. PETA wants criminal charges filed against Santa Anita. PETA says the DA started investigating him 7 months ago. So what they did was they went to the city hall steps, and every person dressed up and put a name tag of each of the 37 horses that have died. They all said the horses' names out loud, and when they got to the 37th horse, they all fell simultaneously.
PETA, can we enroll you into the police brutality?
I want you to say that. When I saw it, I said, "Now wait a minute. Now who gonna put an Eric Garner mask on? Who gonna put a Tamir Rice mask on? Who gonna put a Trayvon Martin mask on? They go hard for these animals. Fuck people. Fuck people. Because I'm with them on the whole shit. Because I think that they need to do some shit with the horses that's going on Santa Anita too. But that's too goddamn far. Again, people take up issue with things that just really bothers me.
I'm just gonna say whoever the marketing team is or whatever, they deserve an award. That's
yeah. I mean, I'm all for people having you have an opinion about horses and animals, right. But not when you place them over people. I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak to say these same people aren't doing those rights for people. I can't say that they're not. I've not seen any.
I mean, that's their niche, though. Their niche is animals, and they do it very well.
And they go around throwing blood. I mean,
right?
People.
Exactly.
They go around being violent.
Yeah,
that's violence.
That's the point across.
That's an assault.
Right.
To throw something on someone is assault.
Or PETA.
Jesus.
They said all 37. We gonna
or thank you to Lisa Ray. She said or saving the missing 75,000 black women.
Yes. Isn't it crazy? I was just listening to. It's really frightening. I was just listening to some videos and on Instagram about the girl who was in the Lyft car.
Yes.
But you know what was so sad?
Yes.
Is that some people didn't believe her, and I was like, of course they don't, because she's a black woman. Of course.
We are always just saying this. He just said it. The most neglected, disrespected.
All of that.
Neglected, disrespected, and
in America is a black woman.
In America is a black woman.
Yeah.
It's 3 of them, but yeah. So.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I really love being a black woman,
so
you'll hear that from me. But no, she was on the news, she did a whole report, and she was right. She was like, I don't know what was happening that day, but it had nothing to do with me getting to work. Absolutely not.
Nothing.
And people were like, oh, I don't believe it. I was just like, wow.
Right. Because you don't want to believe it.
You don't want to believe it.
But if it had been any other woman from any other tribe, it would have been like, oh my God, this is an outcry. We need to shut it down.
There would have been a protest up in San Francisco for the last 2 days.
I'm protected. Thank you, Talisa Ray.
I'm protected. Yes, there would have been. Yes, they would have been protesting in front of the Lyft office up in San Francisco for the last week if that had been any other tribe of woman. But
sure would have. Also in the news is Dollar Tree. I don't know how many of y'all go to Dollar Tree.
What happened at Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
Listen, it's the holidays now. I need the Dollar Tree.
Well, Dollar Tree has gotten a warning from the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, honey. They have been warned about the tainted drugs, over-the-counter drugs and cosmetics that they have in their store. They said most of these products are coming from overseas companies. They're not testing these products. They're tainted. And you need to take them off of the shelves. They got a letter out, and they also got a letter outlining several federal law offenses that they have about the way that they receive and the way that they sell products.
Wow.
Yeah, just happened. And they said most of the over-the-counter drugs and cosmetics are like the have you ever seen the Assured brand?
I think so.
Those.
Yeah.
And most of these are Chinese brands. Right. And also those.
But how did they get here without being?
Well, they get here. They get here. They get here, darling.
Oh,
they get here. And also the acne treatment pass. But the Dollar Tree said they're.
What?
Yeah. Dollar Tree said they're fully cooperating.
Oh, they ain't got no choice.
Well, I kind of also thought too, and I was like, you know what? Why now? Those products have been there for the longest, and I'm not a person who's like this big into the whole conspiracy theory thing, but I do know that the current representation in the White House 45 it's fucking with China, and those are Chinese products. So hey, I mean, I don't know if there's a correlation or not. And the FDA is a federal company. It's a federal entity. So we'll just, I don't know. I mean, it could be true, but I'm like, it's been there for quite some time. Dollar Tree ain't no new company.
Not new at all.
I
agree with
Dollar Tree was the first ones to put this whole Dollar Store franchise shit on the map. They made it big.
Wow.
So that's very interesting to me. But, hey, that's what's going on. I'm switching gears a little bit. Also, too, ladies, optometrists have been saying they have been seeing a lot of cases of eyelash lice.
Oh, I just saw that.
You did?
I saw something about that.
Yes, they have a little bit.
For who, though?
With the ladies who are getting these eyelash extensions. They said most ladies who are getting eyelash extensions, you know how when you get the eyelash extensions, you don't want to wash your face because you don't want the lashes to come off. So you kind of know, you wash very gently around the eye area. See, I wear strips. $1. The reason I wear strips is because I scrub the shit out of my face. You like it? Yes. It's a 99-cent strip.
I don't know.
Not from Dollar Tree.
Right. Okay. I like you. Might need to take that off.
Yes, they are 99-cent strips, honey. And when I tell people, they be like, "Girl, I thought they was." I'm like, they come out your eyebrow because I know how to do it.
No, that's great.
But anyway, the eyelash extensions, the optometrists, those a lot more cases of eyelash lice because the ladies are not wanting to wash their faces correctly.
What ladies?
Lots of. Where were the ladies that are getting extensions? They didn't say a race.
Black women don't have lice.
Well, don't go all the way down to Shirley House.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's okay. But they said, a lot of people are scared. But you know what? I know a lot of women though who are not, and they said that with not washing properly can cause bacteria, which can lead to infection.
No, I can see that.
And they can get lice.
I can see that.
And so they said it's very easy to get rid of, and they're telling people to use the diluted tea tree products because anything with tea tree works. Nice. But yeah, they said it gives, and also the optometrist is saying give your eyes a break a little bit on those eyelash extensions. That's why I take these suckers off every night.
Yeah.
They're only $1. Don't keep them moving.
Yeah.
But I scrub a shot in my face, so I just want people to know that.
That's good to know because the holidays coming up, everybody wants to look cute.
Yes, but wash your face.
Wash your face.
While you got them extensions, wash them good. You saw that too, Sharon. They saw it. But you know who's going to be doing a lot of washing for quite some time is going to be Miss Heidi Van Tassel. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. You know what? If you have a weak stomach, prepare yourself.
What happened?
Heidi Van Tassel is a woman who was leaving dinner in here in Hollywood, what even the first one to a Thai restaurant. A gentleman, a transient person by the name, for those who don't know SAT words, that means homeless, who was drug her when she was getting into her car, drug her from her car to the middle of the street and poured a bucket of hot shit.
You better stop.
I ain't trying to be messy.
There's a video? It could be. If it was in
Y'all
Hollywood.
I don't want to watch Shirley out. But the way they say it is because it's disgusting. It's not funny. A bucket of hot shit on top of her. She said it, but she did everything she could, and then he ran away. They got a video. It's not a video. They don't show the video of that, but they showed the video of him, I guess, grabbing her because he took her to the middle of the street. He was later found. He was arrested. He was charged with battery. He went to a mental situation, but he's back on the streets now.
Well, of course. That man don't care about going to jail.
Black. And she's not. She's from another tribe. And she said but she was like, something needs to happen. He needs some help because this is not the first time something like this has happened, I guess, with him, this particular person. And she also said that if he had a knife, he would have stabbed her. The paramedics.
That went too far.
Yeah.
Well, if he had a knife, if he had a gun, if he had a lot of things, he just had a bucket of doo-doo, boo. That's nasty, though.
Well, I mean, it's disgusting. It was the hot diarrhea. It was hot diarrhea. And the paramedics, they rushed her to Hollywood Presbyterian, and they treated her for all kind of infectious diseases. And for the next 3 months, she has to get checked for, I guess, shots and checked for any kind of disease. She said because it was dripping everywhere, in her eyelashes, everywhere. And she said she did everything she could to keep her mouth closed because she didn't want to get into her mouth. I can't even imagine. But she also said the paramedics came and they said from the amount of feces that was on her, he had been saving it at least for a month. It was a month worth of shit.
Y'all, this is unbelievable. What? But this
Y'all
is
be
what
mindful.
bothers me. So nobody did anything when they saw him grab her and take her to the middle of the street. There was
That's
nobody.
what I'm saying.
I hate people because people. I know somebody was like recording.
For somebody to walk up on you and scare you, fine.
Yeah.
Ladies, especially everybody really, but especially ladies, be aware of your surroundings. Be mindful of your surroundings. Let me tell you something. When me and my girlfriends out, Talisa, all of us, when we out, we walk each other to cars. When we leave the gym, with the club, the dinner, whatever, get to your car. We going over here together. Get to your car. Get in. You get in. And she take us to our car. Get in. Fine. Boom. We gone. But you have to be mindful. If you don't have a partner like that, be mindful. Get you something that you can. Because I'm like, well, was she fighting or anything? He drug her from her car to the middle of the street.
She wasn't fighting.
I don't know what, but I'm trying to figure out when I read it, I was like, now not only did he drag her from her car to the middle of the street, but he held you there with like one hand.
That's what I'm saying.
Bucket of shit with the other one.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You ain't trying to.
I know they're
him.
shot, but when do flight or flight come in?
You gotta learn how to do a punch or two.
I don't know, but I thought that was a lot. I was like, well, you didn't.
At all.
And when he was picking it up, you didn't run, or he got it with you, because he got it from the head to the toe. He got it over you. Okay, well, hey.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's
I agree.
a lot.
She may have been like, somebody save me.
You think she was being there helpless?
Yeah.
Yeah. She don't know how to be unprotected like us, because we can figure some shit out quickly.
Right, we have to.
Most times we can figure it out quickly.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna take a real quick song break right now, y'all. For good friends, we're gonna let y'all go down there and clean up your mouths and stuff in case you had to earl a little bit from the little story we just told. But but don't go too far. Come back to the sofa with Bright Black Honey. We're gonna take us a little song break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk to JORESA BLOUNT. I love her.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. Out my back window, I make my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. Mad with no music, but happy 'cause free. And the streets to a player is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least $1,000. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close at hand. I'm a self-made monster of the city streets. Remotely controlled by hard hip-hop beats. But just living in the city is a serious task. Didn't know what the cops wanted, didn't have time to ask. Word. See my homeboys cooling way out. Told them about my morning cold, bugged them out. Shot a little dice till my knees got sore. Kicked around some stories about the night before. Posse to the corner where the fly girls chill. Threw action flashing at some freaks till one bitch got ill. She started acting silly, simply would not quit. Call us all punk pussy, said we are one shit. As we walked over to her, hoe continued to speak. So we beat the bitch down in the goddamn street. But just living in the city is a serious task. Bitch didn't know it hit her, didn't have time to ask. Continue clocking freaks with immense posteriors, rolling in a blazer with a Louis interior. Solid gold, the ride was raw, bust the left turn was on Crenshaw. Shiny shine was the driver, no need your freaks hell. Had a beeper going off like a high school bell. Looked in the mirror, what did we see? Fucking blue lights, LAPD. Pigs searched our car, their day was made. Found a Uzi 44 and a hand grenade. Threw us in the county, high-powered block. No freaks to see, no beats to rock. Didn't want trouble, but the shit must fly. Squabble with the sucker, shanked him in the eye. But just living in the county is a serious task. Nigga didn't know what happened, didn't have time to ask. Back on the streets after 5 in the deuce. 7 years later, but still had the juice. My homeboy Hen G put me up on the track. Told me E's rolling villain, BJ's got the sack. Bruce is a giant that sees clock and dough. Bebop's a pimp, my old freak's a hoe. The battering ram's rolling, rocks are the thing. Life has no meaning and money is king. Then he looked at me slowly and Hen had to grin. He said, man, you got early, we thought you got
6 in the morning. That's IC, y'all. 6 in the morning, honey. Yes, John Eric St. James said, Sacha, what did Sacha do for her birthday? You have to go to her to her her Facebook page and DM her and ask her, baby. It was a private affair. Anyway, we are back, friends. In case you've just sat on the sofa with us, we are PLOPP Life, people of other people's problems. We are here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can plop with us today. You can plop with us tomorrow. You can plop with us 24/7 if you go to YouTube and subscribe and hit the bell so that you can get reminders of when we'll be posting. We're live. You can talk to us. You can chit-chat with us at 310-910-9676. Option 1. Right now, we're going to have a chit chat with the very wonderful, with the very beautiful, the very sensuous, and all natural.
Ooh.
All natural.
Me.
I love
She's describing me.
JORESA BLOUNT, darling. Can we get some claps and some bells and all? You hear all those whistles and things? If you're on YouTube, you can hear all that. Anywho. Welcome to the sofa, girl.
Thank you. This is amazing. I love it.
Don't say that if you don't mean it.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
I know.
Because I already told you my age. And I ain't got time to be saying stuff I don't mean.
We're at the point we're keeping it real, right? She's like, if I didn't say it, I wouldn't. If I didn't mean it, I wouldn't have said it. I don't care now about stroking you. I love it.
I love it.
Welcome to the sofa. JORESA, tell the friends, in case they just not sitting out, where you're from, doll.
Where I'm from. So originally I'm from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I live here in LA, been here 7 years.
Okay.
Via New York. I was in New York for 9 years before this.
Really? What brought you to Los Angeles?
I wanted a change of scenery.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had always had a heart for LA, but one, I was too scared when I was a little bit younger, and then as I got older, it just never worked out until it did, and like it was a quick decision. It was like I was gone in 30 days once I made the decision.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you made it, you made it.
I made it. Well, because I was in New York, and I was like, I'm not stimulated by New York anymore. Okay. And like, if you're not stimulated by New York, then you should really go.
New York is fast paced.
Yeah, you should really go.
Like life is happening 24/7.
Yeah.
City never sleeps.
Yeah. And so I had a friend at the time. She was like, make a list of pros and cons. And so, on my list was, I feel like I will be being disobedient if I didn't move to LA. And like, she was like, well, then that's your decision.
Disobedient to
God.
Come on.
Yeah. So
I want you to say it.
To God. Yes. So I made the quick decision. It was like I didn't have a job here. I didn't have anything set up, but I started packing literally the next day.
Talisa Ray said, I admire people who are not afraid to move to other states.
Yeah, because it's not, you know what? I think I take it for granted, you know, because I've done it now twice. But, like, especially moving from East Coast to West Coast,
Ooh,
that's a hard move.
It's a very hard move.
That's a very hard. So I agree with you. Like, kudos to anybody who can move from state to state.
Yeah.
Really. It's not easy.
What made you go from North Carolina to New York?
I did an internship when I was in college, and I interned at Teen Magazine. And
Teen Magazine. What school did you go to?
I went to UNC Chapel Hill in North Carolina.
Hey,
Tar Heels out there. Oh, shout out to the Tar Heels.
Yeah, shout out to the Tar Heels.
And I fell in love with the city. You know, New York is great. If you're young, you want to hustle, you want to make money, you want to do the Sex in the City and, you know, go to bars and go to lounges
and be fierce and fabulous.
Do it. I would recommend that for any young person. It is a great city. So I fell in love with the city, and I was like, I'm moving there after college. Again, didn't have a job, didn't have any money, and I moved to, I think I had like $800 when I moved to New York.
You did? Mm-hmm. You have $800 more than me, honey. Wait a minute, hold on, let me see. We gonna pause. Well, they already got it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because does it run out?
Yeah, live only you have an hour.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. You get an hour, you can go back again for another hour. You can keep doing that.
See, I need to get
So you
on
won't
live.
just be sitting there with it just running, I guess. I don't know. We back, friends, on the live. In case y'all was on there on the live on Instagram, come on back.
Come on back.
But anyway, so you were doing an internship where?
In New York. That was at Teen, and then I did like another internship at a fashion house called Igal Azarel.
Igal Azarel.
He's still around. Igal Azarel. He's a gorgeous man too.
That's a sickening name.
Yeah. He's a gorgeous Israeli man. But he makes fabulous clothes for women. And because I was just trying to figure out, I thought I wanted to be a fashion writer, and I realized that I really love fashion, but I didn't want to write. I mean, I didn't want to work in fashion because I was at a fashion house, and
you've always done writing?
No, not really. It's very interesting. So I majored in communications. Okay. I interned for some writing gigs, but then when I moved to New York, I fell into acting.
Really?
I fell into acting, and so I did
Come
that.
Come on, actress, actor, thespian.
I know, I did that, and like I didn't write ever in New York, so I did not write at all. I didn't write until I came to LA in 2015.
Really?
Yeah, so, and I'm telling my age, but you already know my age, but I graduated college 2003.
Okay.
Did not write anything until 2015. Isn't that crazy how God does that?
Let me tell you something. No, because I went to Howard University, honey, and I do hair.
It's you? I did not know that.
Yes, honey. I went to Howard University, child, and I do hair. And Howard University to this day doesn't have a cosmetology program. So.
And they should.
Well, I mean, it's a university, not necessarily, but I'm just saying that I was doing that, but I'm doing hair today.
Yeah.
And today I'm sitting here as a podcaster.
Yeah.
Who knows where life's going to take you. But you know what? Every place you've been, and I guess we'll talk about this when we talk about transitioning, leaves you with something to take to what you're going to be.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to understand that, friends.
You do.
I'll say it again. Every place you've been will leave you with something that will be useful for where you're going to be. As long as you're not afraid to get there.
Yeah, because I definitely think that everything that I've done, even though it could sound disconnected, is all connected, and it's all getting me ready for what I'm doing.
Of course
today.
It is.
So,
goodness. Okay. So when you were, just go a little bit back, when you were acting, how long did you do that?
I did that. I did that pretty much right away because I did some acting in college, and I had a couple of teachers that were encouraging me, but I was like, oh, you can't make money with that. You know, I need to make money.
Really?
Well, because I come from the generation of go to school, get a job, make your $40,000 a year or whatever.
Same thing with me. That's why I shut away from here.
Yeah, so it was just like, this is what you do. And so I did that pretty much, since I had gotten there, so the whole time. And then before I moved to LA, I would say that last year I got into hosting, just out of like just a thought. I was like, I want to have a YouTube show. And it was like when YouTube was new. I think it was like 2005, 2006. Like YouTube was new.
Goodness. So did you start a YouTube show?
I did. I had a YouTube show called Celeb Locale. I would interview other actors. I felt like they needed to have their 15 minutes of fame, and so I would do that. And then I started doing red carpets, and then a little bit later, maybe, I don't know, a few years later, then I moved to LA. And then when I came to LA, I didn't do any acting at all. I did a lot of hosting though.
You did a lot of hosting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
what type of hosting were you doing? Did you continue your YouTube channel once you got here to LA?
I didn't, because you know what? It was expensive.
Girl. Who are you telling, honey?
But I hated that I didn't, because all of those people that started, like when YouTube was new,
they're big as hell now.
They are, because they had you were able to capture so many views back then. Yeah.
Because it was new. A lot of people weren't doing it.
No, a lot of people weren't doing it.
Everybody has a channel, so it's like, oh my God, it's very hard to capture viewers.
It's so hard now.
You're
but
right.
Like back
it's more
then,
difficult, I should say.
Yeah, it's more difficult. But like back then, like if I had kept it up, it would have been a really, really great show. But it's fine. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason, because you're still capturing people. Yeah. Now tell us about I Choose Me.
About my book. So, okay, so
I Choose Me, in case you all do not know. Let me put it up. Can I put it up?
Yes, yes.
In case you all do not know, I Choose Me is JORESA BLOUNT's book.
She did my hair. She did my hair.
I did do her hair on this cover. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's get closer for that. So selfish, huh? Here we go, Facebook. That's her. Here we go, Instagram for PLOPP Life. Instagram for Deshon, and YouTube. How we looking on YouTube? You can see it real good on YouTube. Okay, perfect. Where can they get this book at?
You can get it on Amazon.
Is this mine?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to sign it.
You sure do. You know,
right.
But anyway, tell the friends out there what I Choose Me is about.
Okay, so, what it's about. I was gonna start with how did it come about, but
no. Start there.
So, you know what?
I always start at the beginning, babe. That's what I say. So that's the beginning. Start there.
Well, you're right. No, I'm going to say what it's about. So it's about relationships, not just romantic. Mm-hmm. Because it's the other part is coming back from heartbreak and other bad relationships. So it's about relationships and how do you gather yourself when you are in toxic relationships? How do you identify and then how do you pull yourself out of it?
And these are not just intimate relationships. These are
no. I start with my relationship with my father, and I go at the last chapter is about friendships. I even include work relationships because women. It can be difficult.
We talked about
some women.
We talked about this last week on the show. We had ladies' night. It was ladies' night, ladies first. It was 5 of us, me, Sacha, and 3 beautiful women. Velvet Charles, Talisa Ray, and Mona Wrights. And one of the things we talked about was relationships, especially with Black women and relationships, and how the template right now, and how people, what they think the template is anything that is on a Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives of whomever, a Basketball Wives of whomever tip of being toxic and can't wait to read another person and just not knowing how to make up or how to communicate or how to have proper conflict resolution and all those different things. So I'm glad that you said that in your book.
Yeah, it's important, to just recognize, like, when you're in a situation, and a lot of times it's due to us not loving ourselves enough.
Come on.
And I know that's such I used to hate when people would say that, like, you need to, like, work on your self-worth and self-love and all that. But, like, honestly, we get ourselves into these situations because we don't know our worth. That could be...
We think that it's all that we are able to attract and have.
To attract and have. And I mean that when it comes to jobs, down to the person that you spend, your life with. Like, this is all I can have. This is all I'm used to. This is what I told I can have. I'm not worthy of anything else. And I mean, a lot of that comes from, our childhood, and we don't resolve it.
Come on.
We don't resolve it.
And we also, I think that we also too, just not this. I don't know if this is the point in the book or not, but we also do not accept the resolution that others have as well. You resolve this about who you think that I am, or you resolve this about yourself, or what this is, and I have to be okay with that. And then my resolution is, am I going to be bothered with this, or am I not?
Right.
What am I choosing?
What are you
I
choosing?
choose me.
Yeah, you gotta.
Come on.
You gotta choose yourself.
Ain't that to me?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you do. And I love that you said that, because sometimes people do. You ever had a friend, like an old friend, like back in the day, and they knew you in a certain way, and then you have blossomed, you have transitioned,
Come on.
you have elevated, and they cannot grasp the new version of you. You still got to choose yourself.
You still got to choose you.
Because, like you said, they have come to a resolution that they're still stuck on the old version of you. You have to accept that sometimes. That, you know what, they're never going to get it, but I know who I am.
Come on.
I know what I'm doing right now.
I'm always talking about on this show, I'm just like a huge follower and listener and believer in what, in not cultish way, but I identify with a lot of things that Bishop T.D. Jakes said.
Oh, I love him.
Yes, girl. And one thing he talked about, because he talks about on the in the pulpit once, about how he bumped into a friend, an old friend from his early days.
I remember this.
You do? And he said that, they kikied and had a good old time at first. And he said they talked again, and they just talked about the old times. And every time they had a conversation, it was about the old times. And he said, you know what? I'm not there anymore.
Right.
And you are.
Right.
And I have to leave you there.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm going and where I am now, you don't fit.
Right.
And I have to be, and it's nothing, it doesn't mean that I'm elevated over you.
Right.
It just means it is what the fuck it is. Yeah. He didn't say that word, but it just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I said something similar on my Instagram, but like, people get to choose. Listen, if you being in the same place and living a simple life brings you joy, that's fine.
That's fine.
It's nothing wrong with that. But there are a select few, or might be a select lot, I don't know how many people God has on his list, that God wants to do more with. And maybe some people just don't want to listen to the calling on their life, but you get to choose. So don't feel bad about leaving people behind, or
not even so much behind, just leaving them where they are, where you all were together.
Yeah,
leave that where that was.
Yeah.
Because
so true.
I recommend other people to choose themselves.
Because you know what? They're gonna do it anyway.
They're gonna do it anything.
I learned that. Oh my God. I used to be.
Without you saying it.
I used to be such a martyr when it came to friendship. Because again, I had not grasped self-love, self-worth. I thought the more I showed my love, the more I showed that I was a great friend, then the more that I would get back. Yeah. But I learned through the years that people can be freaking selfish.
And friendships can be very unbalanced.
They can be very unbalanced.
If you call that a friendship. Relationships, I should say. Our friendships, or whatever the case may be, they can be very unbalanced. But there shouldn't be. Because there's a thing where people say, you have to give 50-50. But I don't want 50% of a person. Right. What about 100 of 100?
Yep. I agree.
Like, this is, we're all in. If we're all in, we all in.
We all
relationships,
in.
Intimate relationships, whatever the case may be, all in. Yeah. And all in means that I'm accepting you even with your shit.
Even with your shit. Absolutely.
So now that's what it's about, and that's also the basis of I Choose Me.
What, getting out of toxic relationships?
Just what you said there was what the book was about, and also where it came from, where it stemmed from.
Oh, you know what? So I wanted to. Okay, so I was hosting. I was doing. Very necessary. It's so well.
This book is very known. Your book is very. Yes.
Okay, well, God made it happen. I wanted to do. Honestly, for me, I wanted to start being a speaker. Okay. And then I'm very good at researching. I do a lot of research. Okay, and so
me too.
I found out that a lot of speakers have books. And I was like, oh, I have to write a book.
You want to be an orator.
Yeah, so I wrote a book.
So you wrote, I love it. So I wrote a book.
So
I
wrote a
love
book.
it. So
It was like,
I wrote a book.
It was hard though, but yeah, that's what happened.
You know what? It wasn't hard. It just wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
I love that.
You want to know why? Because we talked about the couch and flipping it over and taking it. It's because you think you've done all the work to heal, which is sometimes suppress.
Come on.
But you think you've done all the work to heal, and then to have to write a book and have to go back to those places is really, really hard.
Which lets you know you didn't heal from it, and there's more. But there had to be. I mean, I'm assuming this. Talking to an author, and especially talking to Mona Rice, who's an author who was here as well. There's something I would think therapeutic about writing.
It is.
And remember, because it makes you remember some things that, like you said, you kind of tucked and stored away and forgot happened or didn't remember happened or didn't want to remember happened. And when you start seeing A, B, and C, you're like, oh my God, now I have to heal myself and say this because it's easy. Because even for the premise of our show, people love other people's problems. So it's easy to say, you should do A, B, and C, and you should heal from this, and this is how you should do that. And you're writing, you're crying because you're like, damn, I haven't even done half of this work.
Right. It's
how do I know these answers?
Right.
Right. Wow. So, do you have any other books coming up, or what's coming up new for you?
Okay. So, in addition to having that, because I wrote that book, I think I released it in 2016. Okay. I do definitely want to do another book. I wanted to do one this year, but I think it's going to probably be maybe 2021.
Okay.
But
come on, 2021.
I know. Well, you know what? I learned that high achievers, they be like really scheduling stuff so far out.
It's way far out.
I think Kevin Hart does that. I think he said he has his life scheduled like 2 years out or something like that. Yeah, I'm like, dang, I can barely keep up with what's happening next week.
Who you telling about? But it is a smart practice. Go ahead.
But lately, I've been focused on my entrepreneurial journey. So I have a startup that I've been working on that has taken...
By the name of?
Go Fly.
Go Fly.
So we've been doing some testing in LA.
What is Go Fly?
So Go Fly is an on-demand return and delivery service for fashion retailers and fashionistas. So so when you don't have time to return that dress or shirt or shoes that didn't fit, we'll do that for you. So we're kind of like a Uber for fashion. Or let's say you're going out with your girls and you're like, oh, I'm at work all day, especially you because you're doing hair. You're at work and you're like, let me order this dress real quick because I don't have time to be in an hour worth of traffic. Okay. Somebody can go and pick that dress up and bring it to your job.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like Amazon, but better?
Yeah.
I
don't know better, but
what I mean, it is very specific.
Amazon, if you would like to acquire me in the next few months.
Please feel free.
Please feel free.
Mr. Bezos.
Right. I want to be on the boat.
Come through with the come through, boo.
Right. I want to be on the boat too with you.
I want to be on the boat.
But yes.
But that's a very smart concept.
Yeah.
Just run to the store and go get it. Like, okay.
Yeah. So I've been working on that.
Or take it back.
Or take it back.
Is it only clothing?
Right now, I'm focused on clothing because I don't know. That's just kind of where my heart is, and
See, from your past with fashion, how they work together.
But no, I know, and that's what I was thinking. Like everything came full circle. It always does. But I do see us doing a little bit more. But I think it'll be for now fashion and like cosmetics. I'm looking into the rental space too because like everyone now is doing rentals. You've got Bloomingdale's. You've got you've got Rent the Runway. You have all of these companies now. I think what is it? New York and Company just launched a rental. Yeah.
I know that.
I think American. What is it? No, Urban Outfitters. Sorry. Urban Outfitters now has a rental department. Everyone is like trying this whole rent clothes thing, and like what pains people as well as the retailer are the returns.
Are the returns.
Yeah, getting them back fast enough.
Yes.
And then nobody wants to return anything.
Nobody wants to stand in line. Nobody wants to be the person returning something. Nobody wants to deal with the look from the retailer. You're returning this wall.
What exactly the questions and everything like that.
None of that. Just take it back for me. Thank you
very much. Right. Yeah. So.
Oh wow. Yeah. So what else you got coming up? You said what? Do you have a title for the next book?
Oh, I don't.
A subject matter?
I don't yet.
Oh,
I just know that
okay.
I know there's something else in me. Well, I did have a title for one book, but I think that will be a collaboration with a few people. But I don't know. I just know that there's enough. I think I have several books in me. I do.
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Now, where can they get the? You do. Now, where can they get the I Choose Me book from?
You can get it from Amazon.com. Just type in the title or put in my name.
JORESA You can choose. You can get that. And I Choose Me. Choose her book. Choose the book.
Yes.
Hashtag I Choose Me.
You said choose the book. Choose the book.
Choose
Yes.
the book.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
how can they get to Go Fly?
Oh, you can go to gofly.com. You can also find us, and that's, of course, fly with 2 Y's. Or you can find us on Instagram or Twitter at GoFlyNow.
GOFLYYNOW. You have
Yeah.
to feel like that for people because they have to use it very clear. Because they be like, I couldn't find it. But
I know,
just-
it's
'cause
true,
gonna
it's
look
true,
correct.
it's true, it's true.
Anyway, so we thank you so much. Now we want to do this. We have all of our guests sit on the plop seat. So we're going to put you in the plop seat. You ready to be in the plop seat?
I'm ready.
It's going to ask you a series of questions, very, very fun questions, very quick. It just give you a little bit of insight about who you are. It's not going to hurt. I promise you it won't hurt at all. Every single week we ask our friends who's popping on the sofa with us this, and it gives the other friends a fun way to know a little bit more about you in a roundabout without such like direct questions.
Okay.
So we'll do that. Every week the questions are always different.
Okay.
So nobody has the same question.
Okay.
First question I'm going to ask you is, what is the worst advice you've ever received?
Gosh. It was relationship advice.
Okay. What was the advice?
It wasn't specific. It was just like, oh God, it wasn't really. It was just like, it was just so many questions, and they wouldn't allow me to just like get to know the person.
Okay.
And like all these questions got into my head, and I just like totally destroyed the whole like relationship. So for all of you out there, keep your business to yourself.
Keep your business to yourself. Okay. Next question. Describe your life in one word.
Magical.
I love that. Do you watch television?
Not really.
You don't?
Not a
you
lot.
watch any shows at all? Or
What
right
show?
now?
What show?
Well, any show doesn't make a difference. Any show that you're watching, or any show on television, whether you watch it or not, who would you like to kill off of a show right now? Past or present, we'll put it like that.
Oh God, that's so hard. Kill off of a show like it can't be a reality show.
It can be a reality show.
Dang, yo, that's really
That would
hard.
be a real person, though.
Right, I know. That's why I'm like, I probably shouldn't say that. I don't know. I really don't. I can't think of a show.
Say somebody. You got 2 seconds.
Oh my God, y'all. Can we just get rid of all the Basketball Wives shows? All of them? Sorry.
Well, you want to kill a show, period, not a person.
Just the show. Yeah, just kill the whole show.
Okay.
Kill the whole show.
Okay.
Sorry. I know that people get paid. Sorry.
So, out of all the members in Destiny's Child, who do you most identify with?
Ooh, I would say Kelly.
Okay. Now this is the question everybody gets, the same particular question. This is the only question that everybody gets. If there was an envelope that had the date that you were going to die on it, would you open it?
No.
Okay, good. If you,
She's not that good.
I mean, you know, a lot of people have there's
Really?
a lot of answers, honey.
No, I
A lot
would
of answers.
not want to know.
Me either.
I would not want to know.
If you bumped into 45, who is the current, representation of a president right now, what would you say to him?
Wow.
Okay. Just wow.
Mm-hmm.
If you really, really wanted to annoy somebody, what song would you play?
Nuck if you buck. Nuck if you buck.
Oh my God! And
I would be so loud. Yes.
Annoy them as in you like the song and you would dance to it.
Yeah.
Or annoy them in. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was
It'll be really loud.
I was gonna say because Diamond is my friend.
What is it?
She's she's in the group.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nuck if you buck.
If right now if we were in the zombie in the apocalypse of the
God.
zombie, I don't get zombies either. What in this room would you use as a weapon? In this studio right now, would you use as a weapon?
I probably use this microphone actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hit them right
Would you
upside the
prefer
head.
to have noisy neighbors or nosy neighbors?
Damn. Cause I got some. My neighbors get on my nerves. They make so much noise. Dang. I would stick with the noise because
Really?
I don't like people in my business.
Okay.
I can't
Sometimes
stand
in your
that.
business is okay though.
I don't like that.
At least
like
they quiet.
Are they though? They not. They
Well,
listening. They
Well,
listening.
because they gotta be quiet to listen. I read because if noisy people, I'd be like, you shut the fuck up. I died. But, okay.
I don't want you in my business. Don't be looking at who come into my house. Don't be trying to listen to my conversation. I don't like it.
Okay. And the last question is, if you won a trip anywhere in the world, where would you take me? Where we going?
Oh my God, Bora Bora.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Right, the plop seat. Was that easy?
That was
It
kind of
was fun.
hard.
Right? It wasn't.
That
But
was
it didn't hurt, did
hard.
it?
Gosh, why can't I think of a TV show? That is so sad.
That's okay.
I don't watch TV like
that's
that.
That's okay. Some people don't. But you thought of a whole franchise. That's fine.
Right.
No worries. That was very fun. So again, if you all want to reach out to JORESA Blunt, how can they reach you?
You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. At JORESA B. At JORESA B.
At JORESA B, baby.
Yes.
And don't forget to pick up your copy of I Choose Me from Amazon. Don't forget to go to GoFlyNow.com to get those returns and stuff done.
Yes.
Am I on the website yet? No, I'm not.
No, it's fine. Yep. If you're in LA, please try us out because it's free right now. It won't always be, because we want to test it. We want to get more data, more information. Won't be free forever.
Like
but
Disney Plus, get all free trial, honey.
Hello.
It's new, get all
I
free trial.
appreciate that too. I was like,
Yes.
yes. I was like, oh, this is included. Ooh.
Yes, I love it. Okay, friends, so we'll be right back, honey. We're going to take a little song break. We're going to come back and we're going to flip and rotate and have a little conversation about what's going on now today, honey.
Parents are the same, no matter time, no place. They don't understand that us kids are going to make some mistakes. So to you other kids all across the land, there's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand. I remember one year my mom took me school shopping. It was me, my brother, my mom, my pop, and my little sister all hopped in the car. We headed downtown to the gallery mall. My mom started bugging with the clothes she chose. I didn't say nothing at first, I just turned to my nose. She said, "What's wrong? This shirt costs $20. I said, "Mom, the shirt is plaid with a butterfly collar." The next half hour was the same old thing. My mother buying me clothes from 1963, and then she lost her mind and did the ultimate. I asked her for Adidas and she bought me Zips. I said, "Mom, what are you doing? You ruined my rep." She said, "You're only 16. You don't have a rep yet." I said, "Mom, let's put these clothes back, please." She said, "No. You go to school to learn, not for a fashion show." I said, "This isn't China now. Come on, Mom. I'm not Bowser, Mom. Please put back the bell-bottom Brady Bunch trousers. But if you don't want to, I can live with that. But you gotta put back the double-knit reversible slacks." She wasn't with it. Everything stayed the same. Inevitably, the first day of school came. I thought I could get over. I tried to
Hey, we hope y'all understand. Parents just don't understand, but understand how to get on this green sofa at PLOPP Life. Please come and join us on the sofa. There's so much room here. We have so much room on the green sofa. It's soft, it's cushy, right?
Yes.
It's going to be even softer now because now we've come to our flip and rotate portion. Friends, come on back, friends. Have a good old conversation with us. Hi, honey. Claudia. We are here right now at the flip and rotate section. This is where we take some of the issues that are going on right now and we kind of delve into them a little bit deeper, flip and rotate and see if we can come out with some solutions on some of these things. First up in the flip and rotate portion is Rodney Reed. You know about Rodney Reed?
I do.
What you know about Rodney Reed? Tell a friend what you know about Rodney Reed.
Gosh, you gonna put me on the spot like
That ain't
that?
on the spot. We just talking, just friends, girl.
Okay, so Rodney Reed. I'm gonna do it in hood language. So he
we just chatting now.
he is on. So he was about to be killed, executed
last week,
but it got stayed because of gosh, I'm so horrible at this.
Protesting.
Because we started protesting and we signed the documents to stay his execution due to some information that we got from, can I say people's names?
You can say whoever name you want to.
Okay, so a lot of people were listening to Sean King, and so we were
Sean King, shout out to Sean King and Lee Merritt.
Yeah, I love Sean King. And so, everybody jumped on the bandwagon to sign, the petition to stay his execution, and we were successful, which I love. I love
power of the people.
Power of the people. I love when black people can get together and do that. So what now has transpired is there was another video came out by Amanda Seales, who I also love, who let everyone know that, hey, we did not get all the information about Rodney Reed. He actually had 2 other incidents of rape cases that was not disclosed before it was, promoted to let's sign this petition. Okay. So now there's been this whole back and forth lately. I've been seeing on Instagram, he reposted her video, he replied to her video.
Shocking.
Yes, he replied to her video. He is still standing his ground on, no, those accusations did not hold up.
So he had rape accusations in the past. Well, first of all, for the friends who do not know, Rodney Reed was on death row originally for killing this white woman he was having an affair with, and he did not kill her. The husband, who was a police officer, apparently or allegedly framed him, and he confessed to it while he was locked up, because the police officer husband, who was another white man, went to jail and confessed to his inmate or cellmate that he was actually the one who killed his wife for having an affair with a black man.
Right.
And so the cellmate signed an affidavit stating that the officer or the ex-husband did say this. So they're like, hey, well, you can't really kill him for this. Now, I do understand that there's a situation where, like Amanda Seales has brought up about these 2 former rape allegations. Allegations. I don't know if they were actually proven or not. Even if they were true, one has nothing to do with the other. Even if they are true, and I'm not dismissing it off as like whatever, but he's not on death row for those 2 rape allegations.
That's very true. Legally,
he's on death row for something he didn't do.
Right.
Now, you can take him off death row and free him on that and then charge him with those rape allegations. But I can guarantee you that the sentence, if he does be found guilty, won't be put to death.
I agree with you. Legally, absolutely. But it's kind of like the whole O.J. Simpson thing, right? He got off scot-free, even though he killed that woman. Y'all, we know he did it.
Who, OJ killed Nicole?
Yes.
Well, if he did, he had help.
He had help, but he did do it.
Let's say that.
And then he got locked up for something stupid, right?
They didn't. He was set up. But anyway, go ahead.
But that's what happened.
That's what happened.
It's called karma.
It's called something.
It's called something. So
she has a name. You're correct.
So this could be the same type of situation. Okay, you got off scot-free with the alleged rape cases.
Do you kind of think that they perhaps, and this is just me throwing something out there, that maybe some of these black men need to leave some of these women from the other tribes alone?
I mean, that definitely came up. I signed the petition, even though I was like...
I did too. Because no matter what the situation is, he shouldn't have been on death row.
He should not be on death row because legally, with everything that has been out, the evidence, I think Dr. Phil also did something,
And the confession of someone else.
Yeah, and the confession of someone else. He definitely should not die for this.
No, because also too, on Lee Merritt and Sean King's on Instagram page, they also talked about Ray Jefferson Cromartie, who actually was executed last week. They tried to get a stay of execution as well. He was executed for something he did not do.
Oh wow!
I'll read you a little bit about it.
Yes,
it says in 2014, Oklahoma used the penitential to execute Michael Lee Wilson as the drug was that's Michael Lee Wilson, I'm sorry. But anyway, last week in Georgia, Ray Jefferson Cromartie was killed by lethal injection in Georgia. they said that they were talking about how that is a cruel and unusual punishment because it burns and it's just really devastating how they kill
injection.
The lethal injection. But they said that he was executed, and he was executed for a crime where his DNA was never tested.
What?
Right. And even the family of the victim asked them not to do this until they test the DNA. Check this out.
Wow.
Another black man, too. Someone else confessed to the crime. The victim's family asked for a state to test the DNA. And so they killed him with no proof.
Wow.
Because they could.
That's so sad.
They killed him for same rape. Rape and murder as well. So, but the sad part about the whole thing is that there were like, since 1974, 1 out of 10 people scheduled to be put to death in this country were actually proven innocent.
What?
Yes. This is a mathematical fact, and many more of them were exonerated after they were killed, which is too late.
Are you serious?
Yes. Shame on this country. Governments derive their power from the consent of the government, and they ask you to do the I do not consent. This when they were asking petitioning for people to sign for Rodney Reed. They used him as an example because he was executed like the day before.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about the death penalty? Do you think we should just get rid of it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not for it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I can agree with it. I mean, it's just too...
I know this whole eye for an eye. The death penalty is not going to bring your loved one back. It's not going to get you justice. It's not going to make you feel better. Right. Someone else has lost somebody at all, period. You're taking somebody's freedom away and putting them in jail. It's like death for anybody who's ever been in fucking jail or prison. Mm-hmm. That is death. Mm-hmm. Stay here and live with yourself.
Yeah, and live with yourself.
Killing you is too easy.
Yeah.
But also in cases like this, at least there's more time to prove the person, especially with these numbers rising the way that they are. Mm-hmm. It's more time to prove, hey, maybe this person did not do this.
Yeah. I would really like to know the numbers.
And death is so final.
It's so final. I would love to know the numbers of how many black men are being killed and they are innocent. So I have to do some research on that. But no, the Rodney Reed, I mean, I definitely... I hate that all of this happened with the whole back and forth. Mm-hmm. It's so unfortunate because...
It's very unfortunate.
You know, we're trying to get a man off of death row.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do wish I had known, like, more information.
I do, too.
But that's my responsibility. It's not Sean King's responsibility.
No, it's not, but thank God for people like that who are putting it in our ears and in our purview.
Yeah.
It is. But also, too, normally in the beginning of the show or earlier in the show, I know some of the friends plopped down probably did not hear us do, because we always do a portion of the show where we always give honor to people who were like recently deceased or transitioned and moved on in life. We always do that, and it's usually people who have, who are of a great name or a celebrity, whatever the case may be. But we did want to take this time to, especially going into this particular portion, this particular story, send our thoughts and our good prayers to all of the people who are affected by all of these mass shootings that have happened since last Thursday, with the two babies at Saugus High School, the young man who was 16 years old who did the killing, random killing, on his 16th birthday for 16 seconds.
Wow.
I don't know what that was about. Also for the people who were killed in Oklahoma, San Diego, the Walmarts, we want to send all of our love and our energy to the families who are still left here to deal and pick up the pieces of those and the results of those things. Yeah. But right now, what's really just messed up right now is that with all this being said and happening, there's still no fucking gun reform.
No.
And no one's saying anything at all, period, to change any of that.
Well, it comes down to money.
It comes down to money. And how money is more important than human life. Mm-hmm. Again, the things that people take up issue with.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking about just not living here.
It's really crazy. But right now, the crazy part about it, let me tell you what's even more crazy. There have been more mass shootings in America than there are days in the year.
Stop.
As of now, there have been 369 mass shootings.
This year?
This year.
Whoa.
For those who don't know, there are only 365 days in a year.
That's
just
crazy.
So you know. That really averages out to about a mass shooting a day. And we haven't even got to the end of the year yet.
And the sad part is that you just can't. There's no way to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You could literally be anywhere.
Anywhere.
Just like those people, like you said, that were at Walmart shopping, minding their business.
At
whatever.
church, at a movie theater, in line at the bank, anywhere.
Exactly.
Somebody just feels the need to do that, like this, and then turn the gun on themselves.
Yeah.
Or this man who killed his family, like he killed himself, his 29-year-old wife, the 3, 5, and 9-year-old, and the 11-year-old happened to live.
Wow.
After surgery. Like, this is ridiculous. It's crazy, and we have to just like figure out what are we going to do besides just talking about it, hashtagging and posting. Like, what are the steps that we need to take?
Yeah.
Who do we need to put into office that's going to take these issues seriously and do some serious gun reform?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some serious gun reform. And this is terrible. In 2016, there were 382 mass shootings. In 2017, 346 mass shootings. In 2018, last year, 340 mass shootings. Who's going to do something about this shit? It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
So sad. And then we just don't have the right people in our government right now to
Unfortunately, we do not. We don't. We damn sure don't now.
No.
Also too, so again, all of our love and prayers to those people.
Yeah.
It's really, really unfortunate. We really honestly do, because right now it's a story. And I always say this about anybody we send our love and our good energy to. It's always a story, and it's a headline, and it goes away. But whether it be today, tomorrow, or next week, or next year, these families have to deal with something that has been tragically happened upon their family and upon their lives. So we have to keep that in mind and keep those people held up in prayer. Also, we want to keep some other people held up in prayer, and that's the families of this of the victims of this young man by the name of Khalil Wheeler Weaver.
Wait, I think I am familiar with this. Tell me more.
He's a young black man who was allegedly targeting black women.
Yes. Okay.
Who had mental issues, who were destitute and prostitute and sex workers. He would have sex with them. He would lure them in by paying for to have sex with them. Then he would kill them. He strangled one girl. One of the young ladies got away.
And guys, if you're not familiar with it, please look him up, because if you saw a picture of him, you would think that he was absolutely normal. Am I lying?
No, you're not at all.
Period. He looks like he goes to church every Sunday. Like he's probably like works in IT. He has on glasses. He looks like a normal, young,
handsome
black man. And he kills women. He has been killing women.
Right, and the crazy part about it is even the father of one of the victims says, why would he do that? I can't believe he do that. He's so handsome. Really, sir? That's your final answer? But I mean, it's in context, I understand what he meant.
I know what he meant, yeah.
But I mean, shit, Ted Bundy was fine a motherfucker too. White man, but I mean, hell. And I mean, they're like, but he was targeting, allegedly he was targeting black girls, saying that no one's going to care about missing black women.
Yes, that's exactly. And the sad part is that he's almost right.
He not only is almost right, but this motherfucker was so clean cut and smooth with the shit. The police have interviewed him several times, and they said he was very helpful.
Yes, very helpful, very calm, very
nice,
well
mannered. And one of the officers said, I wouldn't have believed that he would do something like this.
Y'all, please.
What does the face of a serial killer look like, though?
Please look him up, you guys. Please.
You have to.
Please, for your nieces,
for
your daughters, for your sisters. Like, we have to take, because, like, again, we mentioned the 75,000 girls
missing
that are
black women.
Missing black women, and like.
No one gives
Nobody's
a shit.
talking about it except for us.
No, except for us.
Except for us.
That's what they said. A lot of people are saying, like, this is not even, this should be national fucking news. Nobody's saying anything at all,
like,
period.
Where are they going?
Where are they going? But then the crazy part about it is, it was so unbelievable to people that the only reason why he is in custody now is because the victim of one of the, was the last, the last young lady, their family, her sister had to set up a sting operation.
Yeah, she did it herself.
She did it her goddamn self.
She was the one who found out.
She worked that shit out. And keep in mind, ladies, he was meeting them on tag. Bitch, I'm on tag. When I ain't no more. But I was on tag. I ain't in New Jersey. He was meeting them on tag, girl.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of tag?
No.
Girl, well, it's deleted off my shit. But he was meeting them on tag, girl.
But this young lady, she was a college student, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a college student.
And she needed some money.
And he offered her $500 for sex.
$500.
She said no, but she ended up meeting him. And he met with her, had sex with her, killed her, and put her in the forest and covered her body with leaves. Her sister
beautiful.
Beautiful. Her sister got into her phone and her accounts and found out what the situation was. So her sister set up a fake profile
to meet him.
Lured his ass to a hotel. When he got there, the police was waiting for him. She worked that shit out.
And that's so sad.
And that's
that
so
we
sad.
have to do that ourselves.
She had to do it herself. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's so layered though, because I was really sad at the fact it's so layered. One, he's disgusting, and again, we have to educate our young ladies to. It's not just about he looks normal. No, don't do those things. But also, what made me sad is that
because what's normal?
This was over $500.
Yeah.
She lost her life over that's just a deeper issue in our community.
But he was targeting. But this is the reason why it was. I understand what you're saying. He was targeting certain types of women.
Yeah.
Again, he was targeting women that had mental issues. Women who were. He was targeting hookers. So that was a price. And before they met, she texted to him, "You're not a serial killer, are you?"
Right.
How ironic.
Right.
How ironic.
But
she asked him this.
But I'm assuming she never did this before. We
don't know. I honestly don't know, but you don't really know. I mean, most women, you could be with the woman. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. Just to be completely honest, I know some prostitutes, honey. They used to and still do. But you take your chance with every person.
You take your chance with every person.
You take a chance with every person. You don't know if it's just the regular old John.
Right.
You don't know if it's the police.
Right.
You don't know if it's the motherfucking crazy person. You taking a penitentiary chance with your life every fucking time you do it.
I guess it's that question of like, you ain't no serial killer. To me, that alerts me as, oh, okay, this is probably something she's never done before, because you're like, you ain't no serial killer. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, it would seem like that, but maybe
innocent.
It does sound innocent, but maybe that's her MO.
Yeah.
Just like, no, a lot of them ask you ain't the police, are you?
Right.
So they won't get for entrapment. I mean, because they can't lie.
Right.
I know a lot of little tricks my girlfriends told me, honey, that they do. They say stuff like, they'll say stuff like, if I could ever be ever so frank, they would tell the dude when they meet him before, pull your dick out, because the police won't do that.
Oh.
They can't, and they're supposed to. Before they even discuss swapping of the coins.
Yeah.
Because that's when it becomes illegal, when you talk about what you're going to do for money. So it's all about wording. But he's in custody now.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens to him. Y'all keep an eye on that. But more importantly, even if you don't, just keep an eye on yourself and be, again, like we were talking about the lady earlier. Be alert, be safe, and trust yourself. Let me tell you something with me. The house, I'm like Vegas. The house always wins. I never bet against me. I go with my discernment, but I also got 44-year-old discernment. I'm on level 44.
Exactly.
So I know but whether you're sometimes shit don't feel right. But again, if you're targeting women who are not in the proper mental state, they don't know what feel right is.
Yeah.
When you destitute and homeless and hungry, like my mama said, you don't know what you might do.
Yeah. There you go.
You don't know. But yes, friends, we're gonna go to a little song, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about transitioning.
We're gonna transition.
We're gonna transition right now to a break and come back and transition a little bit more.
Yes.
We can do that. Tifa, don't make me wait. You ain't gotta wait no more. Come on into the house and sit on the sofa, honey. We here. We are here and we are waiting to talk to you all, friends, about transitioning. That's tonight's topic, transitioning. Transitioning in life, going on to another level, becoming the new us and all those different things like that. Before we get into that a little bit, I also wanted, I don't know if anybody ever, or all of the friends are listening or paying attention to the music that's been played tonight. It's been Queen Latifah and Will Smith and Ice-T and Common and Little Wu-Tang with Method Man and RZA. And the reason why those songs were chosen is because there's a group of a generation of children and people coming up right now who don't know those people as artists. They know them as actors.
Oh, that's very true.
There's a generation now who do not know that those are all not only actors, but those are hip-hop artists. Pioneers in the rap game. They don't know Will Smith rap or Queen Latifah, Golden Globe, you know, all these people, they don't know they did that. So that is a perfect example of how you can transition. And come into something else. So that's why that music was chosen. But you like that? Yeah. Music with a purpose.
So thoughtful.
So thoughtful. Introspective, you know? Those things. But anyway, you know, people when talk about transitioning always like to use the butterfly.
Yes.
As a symbol, as a symbol, which is very, very common, but very poignant. And there's no other symbol that you can really use, because I think that the caterpillar and the butterfly, which is basically the same animal, is the only species who is two different animals in one. Everything else is like a cub grows up to a bear, and it's the same thing as what it was when it was little. But a caterpillar starts off as one thing, ends up as something totally different. You don't even call a butterfly caterpillar any longer. So that's what we're talking about right now, transitioning. And you know, it's like, but what does it mean when you transition? What does that mean? I mean, we know it goes from one thing to the next, but what does that actually mean? Like, how do you break that down to a understanding for people who maybe transition don't even know it?
Gosh, because it looks so many different ways to so many different people. It can happen in so many different ways. I think transitioning is you connecting to your higher self on different levels. That's what I think it is.
I love that.
Yeah. And it's different levels. It's not like, ooh, I transitioned this one time and now I have arrived. You haven't. You have transitioned into the next level, and you'll keep transitioning. Sometimes it can be so small. Like I had a like earlier this year, which was part of my goals for, I think maybe Q2. I do goals. I'm a big goal person.
Okay.
And it was using my voice more.
Okay.
That was a transition for me.
That was.
It is, like, especially with women, like, sometimes we just, like, don't want to use our voice. And I don't mean, like, be loud. That's not what I mean. I mean when you're sitting with a friend and they say something that does not resonate, that about you, correcting them and say, actually, no. That's
being
not
heard and standing in the strength of who you are.
Exactly. And it's like all those little, it's like it could be a little transition. It could be a physical transition. It could be moving from place to place. But even when you move from place to place, it's still spiritual, by the way.
It is very spiritual. Come on through.
It's like all these, you're just coming, you're moving closer to how God sees you.
Okay. I would agree with that. I think that, you know, I like to use the example. I remember before I was talking to one of my clients and I was telling them about this show. We were talking about earlier how, you know, doing from hair and doing a podcast. And one of my clients, we're just having casual conversation. She told me, she said, because you're a podcaster now. And I think in transition, you know, the first thing about that is the question of it, like, what is, like, you know, because you're like, what does that mean? And I think there's a question of being of confusion. I know what that means, to a fear aspect, and then to a realization. Because it's like, I'm a podcaster. I'm a podcaster. Well, you know what? I'm a podcaster. You know, it's those different emotions that because it's fearful. It could be very dark and lonely when you're transitioning.
Oh, most of the time
Like
it is.
Like the caterpillar,
Yeah.
going into its own self, into its cocoon. There's a fear and a frustration here because you're like, what is expected of me? What does a podcaster do? Like, what does that even mean? And so when you come into who you are and acknowledge who you are, then you set the rules of a podcaster's every word of the fuck I say it is. Because because just like the caterpillar and the butterfly, no two butterflies are the same.
But the thing is that even though the label is podcaster, you still, it's like this was already in you.
Yeah, of course. Come on. Come on. Because let me
You're
tell you something. You better say that.
You're just pulling out parts of you that God already knew was there. It's true.
You in my head, girl.
It's like,
I need you to get out of my head. You are in my head, girl.
It's like it was already there. And sometimes it's okay for it to be dormant for seasons.
Thank you.
Because there's all these things that have to happen for it to be the time. You know? But also, like you said, you better capitalize on that time or it could pass you by.
It could pass you by because.
But it was in you. It was in you.
Let me tell you something. I had put that into my mental notes, and also I had put it down in my notes here for the show, for this topic, because let me say, if I can't pull anything out of my purse that's not already in there.
Amen.
So yes, you cannot pull anything out of anyone that's not already in them, good, bad, or indifferent. So you're going to transition to who you are, and when you're transitioning to something, it doesn't. It's not sometimes. It could be negative or positive. It could be planned or unexpected. You know, it could be, I got a new job, or I'm going away to college, or I'm getting married, or it could be I'm about to get divorced, or somebody just died, or
I lost my job.
Those are both transitions. You have to create a new normal. And there's a part of that that's fearful, but there's also a behavior that goes along with transition. Like,
you get to choose, though.
Come on.
Because you can choose to either sulk, you can choose to say, God, what are you teaching me? What do you want me to learn here? How am I going to be better? How am I going to be stronger? What is happening? Please help me get to the next place.
But you can only come to those particular questions if you're connected to the source. That's why I tell people, get connected to the high power. And I say God, and since I believe in God, I have to say God. I have to say God through his son Jesus. But anybody else, whatever you believe in, tree, Buddha, Mary, whatever, right? Those things you have get connected to the source that is higher than you, that you did not create. You have to do that, because if you don't, you won't come to the where do I go to get the answer to these questions? Because there's behaviors, and let me tell you something: the butterfly never ever crawls again on the ground.
That is so amazing.
There are things that you will not do any longer.
Oh my God, y'all.
There are things you will not do any longer.
Do you hear that? That is so amazing.
Yes.
The butterfly doesn't crawl on the ground.
Never. It has wings.
It has wings.
But we got wings too, honey. So we got to fly away right now. But we're so thankful for right now for JORESA coming on our sofa and plopping down with us. We love you. Y'all can find her at JORESA B on all social media. Please go to GoFly, GoFLYY now and sign up. Go to Amazon and get I Choose Me. And also, we want to make sure that you come and sit on the sofa with us next week, because here and we'll be talking about how may I help you? Service.
Love it.
Plop out, friends.